All right, I think we can get started. So welcome everybody to Young Tech Leaders of the Middle East's first public workshop. We're very excited to host this. And Suhael Owis is actually one of the mentors from our program, but he is a fantastic digital marketing expert who is here to lead this workshop on the fundamentals of digital marketing and branding. So he is based in Istanbul, but he has worked with various national and international organizations. His skill set is in growing businesses, helping them overcome their challenges, and taking them to the next level through business planning, digital marketing strategies, and researching competitors and markets. And he has led many small businesses, especially those affected by COVID-19. So with that, I will go ahead and turn this to Suhael.
I'm going to share my screen so everybody sees what we'll be talking about. Like this. Can you see my screen?
Looks good.
Perfect. So today's workshop is, talking about the fundamental of digital marketing and branding. Digital marketing is a very crucial thing today for every business. As an individual or as a business, you will have some insights about what is digital marketing and how you as an individual or as a company or as a group of people together working will kind of boost your success. Who is Suhael Owis? I am a digital growth marketer, and I have, as a marketer, have been working for more than 4 years. I have worked with international and national companies. Also, I was a mentor for an NGO as in digital marketing and entrepreneur business development, business growth for those who were affected by COVID-19 and those who have emigrated from different countries and based in Turkey, they started their businesses. I work now with a digital media publisher called Interesting Engineering, you might be familiar with. I am in the marketing department. So digital marketing, like when the first thing comes to your mind, when you say digital marketing, there are many things that come to your mind, like what is digital marketing? The problem is that when you ask anybody about digital marketing, they say it's social media, it's Facebook. Like, for example, it depends on the country. Like if we're talking about Istanbul, if we're talking about Turkey, they will say like it's Instagram because most of the young population here use Instagram. If you talk about with someone from Syria, from Jordan, from Lebanon, they will say Facebook, like digital marketing is Facebook. If you talk with different one from different country, it depends on the country they use and the most social media used by them. But digital marketing is different, it's way, way bigger than just social media. We have social media marketing, we have content marketing, we have email marketing, and we have mobile marketing, and finally, influencer marketing. Starting with social media marketing. What is social media marketing? Like when you ask yourself or when you ask anybody else, like what is social media marketing? Social media marketing is not just like you have a post, you have a photo, you have a video, you have whatever type of content, you just share it on Facebook or Instagram or LinkedIn. No, social media marketing is way deeper. It's more about analytics, it's more about evaluation, it's more about measuring. If you are an individual or if you are a business, you must first understand what is social media, what is the channel or the platform that your audience is engaging or is active on. So as a business, the first question you have to ask yourself is like where your audience is online. Like for example, let's say you are your business is based in Turkey. I'm talking about Turkey as I am based in Turkey. Your business is based in Turkey and you are a learning center, or you have you teach English, you teach different languages center, and your audience is based in Turkey. So you have to ask yourself, where is my audience online and which platform they use? For example, here, most of the young population who is the target audience for a learning center are active on Instagram, but they are not active on Facebook. So this is very, very crucial that you understand where is your audience online. The second question is when your audience is online. Like, for example, according to Facebook, which is, they acquired Instagram. So when I'm saying Facebook, it means also applies to somehow to Instagram. According to Facebook, most of the users on Instagram are active between 12 p.m. And 2 p.m. or 3 p.m. because, it's the time where people take their break from work, take their break from school or whatsoever. So you find many people are online in this time. So this is very crucial for you if you are running an ad, if you are publishing a video, if you have a campaign, if you have whatever, you must understand like when is your audience active or when is your audience online. The second, like you need to understand what type of content does your audience engage most with. Like when it comes to content, there are different types of content. There's a video, there is infographic, there is a photo, there is like emojis, memes, whatever the type of content you have. So you have to understand what type of content your audience is also engaging the most with. And accordingly, you can kind of like come up with different type of content. Most of the like shareable content is memes, somehow infographics. So, but that might doesn't work with other companies. Let's say you are a B2B company. You have a SaaS service or you're providing whatever service for other companies. For example, you are a digital marketing agency and you're targeting different companies like real estate, like restaurants, like hospitals. Memes might not work for you because you are targeting B2B, business to business. So it's very crucial for you to understand what type of content your kind of target audience is engaging the most with. And always you must A/B test. There is nothing called like certainty in digital marketing. If anyone tells you, like, let's say, okay, you have a business or you're an individual and you want to improve your online presence, and someone tells you like, if you pay this amount of money, you will get this amount of money. It's never certain when it comes to digital marketing. Always it starts with a strategy, then A/B testing, then evaluating, then measuring, then evaluating. At the end, you can get kind of like the result that you're talking about. Second type of digital marketing is content marketing. Content marketing, which is the most important for me, I believe, is content marketing more than social media marketing. Social media marketing is very, very popular, and everybody's using, social media. So it's very easy for every company to use social media to reach so many people. But when it comes to quality, we are talking about content marketing. Content is king. Why content is king? When you ask yourself, what is the business model of Facebook? What is the business model of Google? What is the business model of Twitter, LinkedIn, all of the social media channels? Their business model depends on content user marketer or advertiser. So the user is engaging with the content, and the advertiser is publishing some ads within the content. So the user, they see it. Like, for example, if we're talking about, let's say, Instagram, we have influencers. Let's talk about Cristiano Ronaldo. Cristiano Ronaldo shares posts. So he is a very big influencer. He shares photos. If we talk about someone else, let's say a company like, for example, Interesting Engineering, the company I'm working on in, they share content, and within their content, they give placements for advertisers, and these advertisers are placing their product, placing their service, and the user, the end user, you as a user of Instagram, will see the content, and you will see the advertising or the placement of an advertiser. So that's why content is king. Always you have to have a strategy for your content. Today, we have a very big problem with digital marketing for companies, especially. They like very, very quick results. Like they just, okay, I spent $1,000 at the end of the month. How much money you will get me? So if I spend, for example, on a campaign on Facebook for $1,000, this means you have to bring me $10,000 out of this. They need very quick results, which doesn't work with content. Content, it requires a kind of more work, and it has to be like, you have to have patience when you're working when it comes to content. So you have to do a research about what type of content you will be doing. You must create a content strategy. You're a company, you are an individual. Like today, 3 days ago, I was reading an article by the New York Times, which is saying that most of the recruiters today are like choosing their hires or choosing their candidates when they are hiring someone according to their social media online presence. You know, like you are, let's say, a digital marketer or a software developer. Even if you're really perfect when it comes to technically of what you're doing, they always check about your online. They always check your LinkedIn, your Facebook. So it's very crucial that you have good content strategy for yourself. I mean, today the use of Facebook is different from how it was or how it started 10 years ago. It's very crucial today. Then you have to create the content. I mean, after you created a strategy, you should start with the content that you created a strategy, distribute, A/B test, and analyze and measure. When you create strategy, I mean, when we're talking about research, like you researched the type of content your audience is mostly engaging more. Then you created the strategy, like what type of, you understood your audience kind of content engaging more with more. Then you have the strategy, like let's say your strategy says that 2 videos per month, 3 articles whatsoever. Then after you created this content, you have to distribute, you know, like why when you create content, what is the reason of it if you don't distribute it in different channels, which is social media. But again, as we said before, that you have to distribute in the channel your audience is mostly engaged. If they are mostly on Twitter, you have to engage on Twitter. If they are mostly engaged on Facebook, the same goes with Facebook. A/B test. Today you shared the video. It didn't mean like you just shared the video and you are applying the strategy. It's like you have to share, then you have to measure. You have to A/B test. Did this work or didn't it work? If it worked, then that's good. If it didn't work, that you have to optimize more, analyze and measure. So once you finish the strategy, always when you are analyzing it, you're getting an idea about whether it's working or not. This way, you know that your strategy is already working. Another type of marketing, email marketing. Email marketing might be somehow not familiar for some of you. Social media could be, the content could be, but email marketing could not be. Email marketing is very, very, very good for B2B somehow, and some also B2C. B2B, business to business, B2C, business to customer or business to client. When it comes to email marketing, usually it tends to be building a very strong relationship, which means like, you know, today when you're doing a campaign on email marketing, it's very crucial that you understand your audience. And it's easy to build a stronger relationship. Why? Because, you know, professionals usually when they wake up in the morning after checking their social media to check what their friends are doing, they check their emails. First for work, second for what's happening, third for offers that they get usually from other companies. It tends to have higher conversion rate. Conversion rate, what do we mean by conversion rate? Conversion rate means like how much you spend, and these like the amount of money you spend for these people, how much you're converting from them. Let's say you have reached with your email 10,000 people. Let's say you're a B2B, you provide a SaaS service, or you are like you provide whatever kind of service or product. You run a campaign, an email marketing campaign, and you reached out to, let's say, 10,000 people. So the conversion rate is how many people converted and bought your product or bought your service. So they tend to have higher conversion rate than social media, because as I said, email marketing, they tend to kind of have like check their emails for offers, for work or whatever. But social media, they check social media either for engaging with their friends, with their social network, or to check like what is happening in the world. Tend to be loyal audience. if you keep like adding value to these type of email marketing, they tend to keep checking your content every day, every week, whatever. It depends on how much you're distributing. How can we build or build a stronger relationship? First, like there are type of templates that you can create for email marketing and A/B test them. The template, it depends on the product or service you are providing. If you're, let's say, again, we come back to a learning center. If you're a learning center and you want to reach professionals, like today, English language is very crucial. And if you want to teach English for professionals, not for high school or middle school students. If you're reaching out for a company, X company in wherever, and you reach offers with, let's say, like if you have 10 employees, you want to like give them peers as a good company, we can give you offers, for example, for 10 employees, discount for 10%, whatever, through email marketing. And this tends to really have higher conversion rate. Offer values over sales. Like when you're sending emails, always focus on the product more than the sales. Like don't always highlight the price of your product, always highlight the value that you are or service you are giving. Let's say again, learning center, focus on how good your English teachers are, how good your learning center is. So you have to focus on the value you're offering more than the sales, and this value will convert your users into a customer. And personalized offer. What is a personalized or personalized offers? Personalized offers, you have to create segments here and give personalized offers. Today, when you're talking about a campaign and you're targeting, let's say, a real estate company, a company that's selling or working with real estate, you have to share offers. Like, let's say there are, like people who buy very expensive houses or properties, people who buy middle or whatever, and people who buy like, they tend to go to cheap prices. So your offer should not include everybody. Like you should have segments, a segment like those tend to buy like more expensive houses. Those people tend to buy more or cheaper prices, whatever, cheaper houses, cheaper properties. So your campaign should be very personalized because, like if you're targeting everyone with this campaign and you're selling very expensive property, those who are in the cheaper segment will take no action and will cost you more money. Because, today when we're talking about digital marketing, there are so many factors that affect your expenses or how much money you spend. The reach, like for example, if you had a campaign, how many people have reached this campaign? You will spend money, even if they take no action, even if they just like swipe while like checking their social media or email. The click, like everything affects your campaign when it comes to expenses. So making a personalized offer can help you reduce the amount of money you spend and increase the conversion rate you have. Next one, which is mobile marketing. What is mobile marketing? Today, most of the users tend to have like at least 50 apps in their mobile phones. There are some people who are using gamings. There are some people who are using, sorry. Someone asked a question or? Okay. So there are so many, like people today tend to use so many apps in their mobile phones. And mobile marketing is really very crucial again and very important, but might not work for every sector, for every company. So you have to understand email marketing, mobile marketing, and you have to understand if it works for you or not. Why mobile marketing is important? Like when it comes to mobile marketing, we have app-based marketing when it comes to the app. We have location-based marketing. We have SMS. Also, we have search ads, we have we have in-game ads, we have web ads, but these are the most popular one: app-based marketing, location-based marketing, and SMS marketing. What is app-based marketing? When you say about app-based marketing, it's about the app you're pushing your notifications or pushing your ads there. There are some applications, and most of them, let's say, mobile gaming applications, which tend to be like teenage using them. While they are playing video games, they see ads, which is like, even for example, if they're playing football, or if they are playing whatever kind of like video gaming, they will see ads while they are playing. These are called app-based marketing, and these are ads for the apps. Like I always have many people asking the same questions, mostly teenagers. They always ask like how video games creators make money. Like, let's say PUBG, like I have so many people I know that they are playing this game, but they always ask the same question, like how this company is making money. There are so many employees in this company, which is PUBG, so many users, but they don't understand how they are making money out of this video game or application. This is the advertising comes here. Like, advertisers are also paying money for mobile apps like video games in order to have their ads placed in this type of applications. You, as a user of an application on your mobile phone, you, although also just like playing the game, there are also ads that you will be seeing, and for each ad you just see companies are paying really a lot of money for app or video games creators. So this is one of the answers that many people ask about. Location-based marketing. This can be used by mostly physical companies, somehow, like restaurants. Restaurants today, like if you're walking in whatever street and you have a restaurant, there are what is called location-based marketing, where you just target people who are walking in this area, let's say 1 or 2 kilometers away from the restaurant. So every person's just passes by this area, we will, the restaurant or whatever physical company will show you an advertising that there is a restaurant close by here. We offer this type of food, we offer this type of prices, whatever. So this is very, very effective as well, because usually it tends to be effective because mostly, for example, today, Istanbul. Istanbul is one of the good cities that attract many tourists. And let's say an area here called Taksim, there are so many tourists come here, and a restaurant there can target these people through location-based marketing. Like, everybody who is using different language from the local language will be targeted through this ad in this area, which is like 2 kilometers, 1 kilometer. It depends on how your campaign is targeting, how many people you're targeting. So this tend to be also a very effective way of marketing. And SMS, you know, everybody knows SMS. Every day we wake up, like, and we find especially internet-based or telecommunication-based companies offering us so many offers on SMS. SMS tended to be the best digital marketing a couple of years ago, like around 6 years ago, I think, because, you know, digital marketing was evolving back then. So SMS was really doing great. We were getting offers from usually telecommunications. Companies were working with telecommunications to send offers as well for others, like learning centers, schools, restaurants, whatsoever. So SMS still today work really well. But again, it's very, very not very easy to just convert. Like, I see many people here talking about SMS that they even don't open the SMS because they just, like, when there is an SMS, if it doesn't have a friend's name, they just locate it with telecommunication companies, which tend to offer so many offers through SMS. So it's very important for you to understand if your company is best work for SMS, targeting SMS users. SMS also can work with location, like you can just target people in a very specific area with your emails, with your, SMS messages. So also this is tend to be more effective. Back then, like they were just like in bulk, targeting so many people. But today, no, you can just like target people in a very specific area, because that help you more to convert them into your client or potential client. Influencer marketing, which is the talk of today. What is influencer marketing? Today, we have so many people talking about how to be an influencer more than like being affected by influencers. If you check your Instagram, if you check your LinkedIn, if you check your Facebook, whatever kind of social media, you will find so many influencers evolving today. The Italian guy who was named like Andy or something, like the guy who was doing like just this. When he sees something silly, he takes hands up, and he became one of the best influencers in 2020. For like end of 2020, beginning of 2021, just because of something innovative he came up with, doing like this for something silly that just happened. But what is influencer marketing? You as a marketer or you as a advertiser, how can influencer marketing affect you, and what you should do when you're started, you want to use influencer marketing for your business. Influencer marketing is one of the most risky way of marketing, yet one of the most successful as well way of marketing. There are types of influencer marketing. We have celebrity. Celebrity is someone who became influencer out of his talent. So like he was an actor, she was an actor, a singer, and they succeeded in a project or whatever, and they got very famous. So they are celebrity. We tended to know them not from social media, but mostly from TV. These are called celebrities, and they tend to have 5 million plus followers on social media. Mega influencer is someone who has 1 to 5 million followers. Macro 500,000 to 1 million. Mid tier 50,000 to 500. Micro 10 to 50, and nano is 1 to 10. Nano is like it might be used by very small countryside, but it's not very popular. Micro and macro are the most popular influencer marketing. Celebrity, it tends to be very, very, very risky, as it's at the same time very, very costly. Because, you know, if we're talking about a celebrity with 5 million plus or 10 million plus, you've got to pay so much money for an advertising or a partnership with them, and the result is not very clear. Today, let's say about, you know, Cristiano Ronaldo. Cristiano Ronaldo, just on Instagram, he has around 310 million followers. And for one post you post on his social or in his Instagram account for advertising whatever product, you must pay $1,200,000 for one post. So this is very, very costly at the same time, either risky or it could be successful for you. So how we can make the best out of influencer marketing is by evaluating. I mean, choose your influencer wisely. You are you know, like when it comes to medical tourism in Turkey, it's really, really getting popular. And so many people are using influencers for this, like having surgeries for their nose, having surgeries for their mouth, hair transplantation, so many kind of like medical tourism services. And they are using influencers to promote their service or product. How we can choose wisely by two things. The first is the content they provide, not the followers and the time. You are, let's say again, a medical service provider, and you want to attract whatever type of clients or potential clients. It's very, very bad that you go to an influencer who's talking about learning. Like, for example, a very good Spanish teacher online just teaching Spanish, suddenly you say like, this guy is like talking about your product. That doesn't work at all. But for example, if you're having like surgeries for nose, mouth, whatever, the best influencer here could be like a makeup artist, someone who's working in makeup. He's very popular with like makeup, and they have so many influencers. So it's very easy to convert this audience to buy or to be your clients, because the service you're providing and the influencers content providing are somehow related, are somehow close to each other. So it's very, very important for you to choose the influencer wisely. Second thing is time. Like sometimes you're doing offers and you're talking with an influencer and you'll pay them money to advertise a service through them, even if they are related to you, like a makeup artist. That doesn't mean that you can advertise or you can use them at any time. You have to use them in the right time. Today, like at the end of each year, December is one of the best, the November and December are one of the two best months for offerings and for discounts. And it's easy to convert users during that time. So why not you reach out to an influencer during this time rather than reaching out to them in August or in whatever month. So you have to choose your time wisely as well when you're reaching out to influencers. Why did I say micro and macro are the most popular influencers? Again, for two reasons. The first reason is that costly. The second reason is conversion rate. When we talk about celebrity with 5 million followers, although we have 5 million followers, but the conversion rate is very, very, very low because very wide audience. So the conversion rate is low. But if we're talking about micro, more than even macro, the conversion rate tend to be higher. Today, a study by marketing institution in the US shows that micro influencers tend to have higher conversion rate rather than macro, because when it comes to these 10,000 people following or 20, 30,000 people following someone, they are really following them for a reason, which is like the content they provide, the whatever they do, the talent they have, or whatsoever. So it's easy for you to convert to use micro influencers to convert your product or service. So always tend to reach out to micro if your business is small or mid size. Macro also could be very effective, but macro should be wisely chosen when it comes to time, when it comes to content. Very crucial for you when you're going with a macro influencer. Branding, we were like somehow talking about digital marketing. We talked about, social media marketing, email marketing, mobile and influencer marketing. Here it comes to branding. All of this, what we have talked about, social media, content, email, mobile marketing, influencer marketing, has to do with also branding. Branding today is very, very important. Why? Because it helps your client to buy your products. When you say a brand is a story that you create or something that relates to your product or service through your branding, and that helps your user to buy your products. For example, if I mention Mercedes, what comes to our mind? The first thing that comes to our mind is a classic car. So because it has a story. The second thing is reliable car. The third thing is very expensive car. So many things come to mind when you just mention a name. When I mention IKEA, it's very friendly company when it comes to furniture. It's not very expensive, and it's very, very personalized kind of product they have. So if you have a small house, we got you. If you have a big house, we got you. If you have one room, we got you. All of the products that you're looking for, we can provide for you. So this is the brand here. And how can we create a brand? And why is it important? As I just said, it creates a story and it helps your user to buy your product. Mentioned Mercedes, how we can create a brand. digitally, I'm talking, create your digital ID. What is ID? What does a digital ID include? Digital ID include so many things like colors, like logo, like font, like things related to what type of content you share. All of this relate to your digital ID, and you have to create it from the beginning, and it has to have a very kind of like strategy when you create your digital ID. Why it's very important to create a strategy? Because like, okay, we have 5 or 3 colors that we're using for a brand. We have 1 font or 2 fonts. We have 1 or 2 logos. We have music as well, audio, whatever. But we're not abiding by them. We're not really like strictly using them on different type of online platforms like social media or website or applications. So you have to, after you created your ID, you have to have strict rules for the use of this digital ID. Again, the colors, if you have 3 colors, you have to abide by using them. Font, you must abide by the font you're using. Logo, everything related to the ID, digital ID, you have to keep using them. And why it's very important? Because again, the brand sticks through this. You have to create story. Like, okay, it's not just like you've chosen 3 colors and you put, for example, today I have a company, let's choose 3 colors, white, red, blue. And I started designing and I have designed it, but 3, 5, 4 years later, after consistency, people started to relate to my colors, but they don't understand what's happening. I mean, okay, when I see these 3 colors, I know that this is the X company that relate to these colors. But the story, you don't have a story. So you have to also create a story when you're creating your digital ID. The logo, the colors, the things, everything should have a story when you're creating your digital ID. After, as I said, creating it, we create the online presence strategy for this ID. And finally, consistency. You must be consistent. I mean, today, if you have 5 colors or 3 colors, as we said, 1 logo, 3 fonts, and you started using them for a couple of months, then you started to use different colors, then you started to use different logo, and you just like keep changing. You think like beauty matters more than like consistency. That doesn't work at all when it comes to digital marketing, because like how we create a brand, we create the brand by consistency, by being consistent of the ID we have, by being consistent of the distribution we do for branding. An example here, like when I just share an apple, it's just a red apple. And I would say that maybe 70 to 80% of people, when I just show them apple, the first thing comes to their mind is iPhone or iOS or Apple, the company. When I just, again, I didn't want to mention Apple before, because Apple, if you ask anyone like iOS user, or if you buy an iPhone, what first comes to your mind? The first thing comes to mind, maybe to some people, prestigious. The second thing might come to your mind is like reliability. Third thing, safety, and absolutely expensive. So iPhone, that they have a story at the end of the day. When you're buying an iPhone, you never think with whether it's a good phone or not. You never think whether it's a reliable phone or not. You never think whether it's a whatever phone or not. You just buy it because you already know the story behind it. However, if you go like, like today, China, other countries, they come up with different phones and with different names. But I don't want to mention names, but you just can X phone was launched in China this year, let's say. People might not buy it immediately, or it might take more than a couple of years for you to rely, depend, and just buy the phone, because there's no story, there's no brand behind this phone. So by the way, like for iPhone users who even don't know, the the system inside the iPhone is the same system inside the Samsung. It has nothing different. The same provider who are selling the system for iPhone, the same are selling it for Samsung. So both of these companies use same supplier, but iPhone has a story. iPhone has created a brand, which made it very easy for you to buy from their products. Today in McDonald's, if we're talking about McDonald's, I'm one of the people who doesn't like their food, and it's really like I feel bad when even eating it. It doesn't satisfy my appetite. It doesn't satisfy, like I don't feel it's so delicious. But still, so many people buy from McDonald's for two reasons. The first reason, which is McDonald's is a very big name. They have a brand. And the second thing, the story. McDonald's means very fast food, delicious somehow, and cheap. Today, if you're buying a burger from a local store or from a local restaurant, it might be as like two times expensive more than the McDonald's, and two times, not just two times, like 10 to 100 times more delicious than McDonald's. Yet, more people buy from McDonald's for one reason, which is the brand, the story. It's not the food. It's not how delicious it is. It's about the brand. So always, if we come back to, branding, always remember brand is very, very important for you to convert users, to have people buy from your product. Today, we have very big mistakes from many companies, which is they don't believe in the brand. They believe on, again, immediate conversion. Oh my God, my battery. Okay. Immediate conversion rate. So they just believe with how much money you can make for me in this in this $1,000 or in this $10,000. They don't think like, okay, building a brand takes a year, takes 2 years, takes a year and a half, 3 years. Then you will be converting users easily, buyers easily, clients easily. They just want immediate. So as a company, you should have two different ways of strategies, or two different strategies if you just believe in immediate results. The first one is immediate result, and the second one that should be your plan B is the branding, the long-term branding. That really helps for buying. Today, every one of us, when we check online, we want to buy any product. If we just relate to the product by its brand, we can make our decisions so easily. But if we don't relate to the brand, it's very hard for us, even if the price is cheap, even if the price is affordable, even whatever the service is so good, it's not easy for you to make decision when buying something that you don't or you can't relate to. So building brands is very crucial here. And again, like in the previous slides, I somehow mentioned a couple of times strategies. How to create strategy for content, how to create strategy for social media, how to create strategy for mobile campaigns, mobile marketing, etc., etc., etc. But bear with me for 1 minute. I have to bring my charger, other than that it might go off. Just a minute. Sorry. Yeah, again, like in the couple of previous slides, I mentioned strategies. So how we can create a strategy for our digital marketing plans or goals. Yeah. So the first thing that you should understand when you're creating a strategy is like the goal of the strategy. Like today, okay, you want to create a strategy. as a company or as even an individual. Like today, if you are a freelancer and you're providing design service, you might have somehow good idea when it comes to digital marketing, but you're not that much good because you're perfect with something that you do every day, which is design, but you don't know how to you like showcase or like present your design to potential customers. So the first thing that you should understand is the goal of the strategy. There are so different goals of strategies. Might be branding, might be like converting buyers, might be like just building a strategy, like strategy related to reaching out to people, awareness whatsoever. So there should be a very, very clear goal for you when you're creating your strategy. Second thing is like creating a customer persona. Each person, each company, each institution has their own persona. Persona is someone that could be your potential buyer or could be your potential customer. So you must create your persona. Each company can have maybe 10 personas, maybe more than like this type of persona. So you have to create persona for each type of product or service that you have. A designer should have a persona for big companies. A designer can have a persona for startups. A company of learning center or whatever can have persona for companies, like teaching a language for companies with different number of employees, or for individuals. A real estate company can have a persona for geography-based clients. So this is very important for you, that you can create personas when you're creating your strategy. Check your direct and indirect competitors. One of the most important things that a company and individual can do is like a competitor analysis, which tend to be the goal for you, which tend to kind of like shorten your goal to reach, shorten your way to reach your goal. Today, if I'm selling, iPhone accessories or mobile accessories, I have two types of competitors. Direct, which is a company that sells exactly the same product as mine to the same audience that I have. If I'm selling mobile accessories to people based in Istanbul, and another company the same sells mobile accessories to the same people, this is my direct competitor. Indirect competitor can be divided to two sections or two types. The first type, which is like a company that sells different products from yours, but the same audience. So if I'm selling, let's say, mobile accessories to this audience, another company could be selling, let's say, things related to laptops. I'm not selling laptop accessories, I'm just selling mobile accessories. So they are selling the same audience, but different products. This is one of the indirect competitors. Another type of indirect competitor could be a company that sells the same product, but different audience, different target audience. This is very, very important for you, that you analyze some of the indirect competitors. For example, I'm selling a product in Istanbul, but other companies selling a product in different country, France, Paris, any country. I'm not going to copy paste their strategies, but I'm going to understand how they are presenting the product. The way French people think is way different from the way Istanbul people think, yet the way they present can affect my way of presenting my products to my potential clients. Again, after I have checked the competitors, after I have indirect and indirect, created my customer persona, understood my goal, and I started executing the strategy, I must measure and optimize. Today, once you create the strategy, it's not just like you created the strategy and you just throw it, started implementing it, started executing it. Maybe like a couple of months later, you find out that you were doing something wrong, even if you checked your competitors, you created a persona. Again, as I mentioned earlier in this workshop, it never is certain when it comes to digital marketing. There's no certainty. Always there is A/B testing, there is measuring, there is analyzing, then you can find the end up goal. So after you created the strategy, you started implementing, you always have to measure and optimize week by week, might be day by day, it depends on the strategy. For example, social media could be like a couple of days that you need to optimize, but content strategy needs maybe 2 weeks or a month or whatever. So you have to understand the strategy and you start measuring, optimizing according to the strategy itself. Last but not least, which is evaluating the results. So you had the strategy, and the strategy has to have a start and an end. It's not just like you started today and that's the strategy for as long as possible. No, this strategy is for 6 months. This strategy is for 1 year. This strategy is for 2 months, whatever, 1 month. So the beginning, the end for each strategy should be included, and again should be evaluated, measured, and optimized while you are executing, while you are implementing the strategy. And last, which is Q&A. I would be more than happy if anyone here has any questions related to what we were just talking about. It should
Hello.
have, yes, go ahead.
Hello.
Hello.
I want to ask you.
Yes, go ahead.
I have a store. I have online store.
Okay.
I don't have enough digital marketing. I don't have money for advertising. What should I do? Give me advice.
Yeah, so when it comes to, like you have a store and you don't have the budget for advertising, but you want a way. Again, we have a free way of advertising, which is content. As I mentioned earlier, you have to create content and you have to have, like, what kind of products are you selling? What is your product?
Dresses and the watches and level advice.
Okay, I got it. So kind of accessories.
Hair.
So, like social media, first you have to create your persona. You have to understand your persona. I mean, if you're selling in
dresses,
the US, it's different. So where?
Dresses.
Okay, I got it.
Dresses.
Okay, so you have to understand your persona first. Like, who's your buyer? Is she a girl or a boy, a man or a woman?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you have to understand where they are located, all of this, then you have to create content. I mean, today, again, you don't have budget, you have to create content on social media. Today, social media and Instagram, let's say, you can, your post can reach people even sometimes more than if you pay advertising. How? Through SEO, something that is called search engine optimization, which is related to also social media. So when you're creating a post on Instagram, the longer the description, the better. The relevant, the hashtags, the better. The time-based post, the better. So you have to understand when you're posting it, you have to create very good content and valuable content, and you have to post it on the right time. You're selling, let's say, dresses. So you don't have to just focus here. You just bring a photo, share a photo on Instagram, and you say the price is $10, free delivery, blah, blah, blah. No, you have to create value for someone who's buying with you. So today, your post should be like you're selling something with a good description. The other day, you should create a post or content that gives value for your user.
Yeah. I decide to focus a value and equality without look for price.
Yeah, that's the best way that you can kind of, because in this way, even the algorithm starts boosting and helping your content because you're not just commercial. Because if there is something commercial in the post, if you're selling anything, social media platforms doesn't help you. Why? Because they want you to pay them money in order to show your product to other people. So give value and the algorithm will help you with this. The value is with content.
Okay. Thank you so
My
much.
pleasure. Sure. Other more questions?
I have a question, please.
Please go ahead.
It's something I'm curious about. Most online stores in the region don't post prices with items, and you have to comment, and they get back to you via DM, private message. So is it kind of something related to marketing, or
Yeah.
how does this makes their business better? For example, when I see someone doing this, I hesitate to contact. I prefer when you put the item, put the price. I don't understand how this might benefit them.
Yeah, so the idea of not sharing the prices is very, very clear, which is having your content. Today, when you share a product, and for example, while I'm swiping my phone, while I'm checking my Instagram, and I see a product, and I see, for example, this product is for $10. So I just make the decision. It's good for me, I'm buying it. It's not good for me, I'm not buying it. So you keep going. But if they don't put the price, there is a third situation here. There is a third option here. I buy it, I think, and I don't buy it and keep on. And the third option is to ask for the price. And when you ask for the price, you became a potential client. So even if you don't buy it today, they have your data and they can offer you different offers later on. So that one of the reasons also could be for not offering the price. And also usually like such type of people, they share the post and they don't share the price. So you need to check with them the price. Here, a salesperson, a sales representative try to convert you and buy it. So in this way, there is a third option, which is like you talking to them, having your data, maybe Facebook or whatever account, email, so they can get back to you with different offers later on.
Oh, okay, I see. Thank you.
Sure, my pleasure. Other questions?
Excuse me. So actually, not sharing the price, like these accounts or probably the stores on Instagram or whatsoever, not sharing the prices, not because you said about something about the share engine something or something like. So it's not because this is not the reason. They're just not sharing just to get my data later on.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with the search engine. By the way, like search engine, they tend to like rely more on the price. Like today, Amazon, or I don't know where everyone is located here, but Amazon, if you check any product, you easily find the price. And because Amazon, they have a brand. So for you, it's very easy for you to buy, the price for you play a very big role. But for other companies, there is reliability. Sometimes while you're checking, you find a good product, but you don't relate to the brand. So it's not easy for you to buy. And it has nothing to do with the search engine optimization.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
My pleasure. Any more questions, guys? I'm happy that some people here having their own businesses already started. And I hope that could be somehow beneficial for you. So you can just ask any question if you've got.
All right, if there are no more questions, thank you so much, Suhael. Really appreciated that presentation and workshop. And I believe, if others have follow-up questions, they can definitely get in touch with him through LinkedIn.
Definitely. My LinkedIn will be just shared here in the chat. So if you've got any personal question related to work, your personal, please go ahead and ask me at any time. And I'd be happy to answer as soon as possible.
Okay, wonderful. All right, have a great rest of your Saturday, everybody.
Thank you, everybody. And I again wish you best of luck. And I hope that was beneficial for everyone here. Go deeper, search whatever you like when it comes to your business. So most important thing is reading, searching. My pleasure, everybody, and have a good day ahead. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Sure, bye-bye.